The president says that he won a mandate to raise taxes on the wealthy.
On Tuesday night, we found out that the majority of Americans agree with my approach.
Do you agree that voters sent that message, gave him that mandate?
Well, two things. He won, but a majority of Republicans were elected to the House, the People's Chamber. So they also won. And they ran on a platform of saying not to raise taxes. But the president won, and he got what he wanted. Now he's saying, I want to do it again. I want to do more. I don't think that's the right course, because that will hurt the economy, make it more difficult for jobs to be created for the people who need those jobs.
So how would President Romney at this moment be handling your opposition in Congress, the congressional Democrats?
Well, first of all, I can go back to my experience as a governor, and that is you don't attack the opposition when you need to sit down and work with them. Number two, you show trust. You don't change the deal. You don't move the goalposts. Bob Woodward said that the president has moved the goalposts on sequestration. You can't do that. The currency in politics is trust. And then number three, got to spend time with them. Instead of being out campaigning, which just causes people to retrench. I mean, I think Republicans feel that the president may be more interested in getting nothing done in these next 2 years and trying to replace Republicans in the House so he can have an all-Democrat House and Senate and then be able to run the field. And he really doesn't want to get the job done. I think there's a growing feeling that that may be the case. And of course, if you're a Republican, you're going to say, whoa, we better be careful here. And so the interests of the American people are being held hostage by politics.
During the campaign, the Obama team hammered you for having investments in the Cayman Islands.
Out of touch. A prospect of a president with a Swiss bank account and retirement investments in the Cayman Islands?
It now turns out that the new Secretary of the Treasury, Jack Lew, had investments in the Cayman Islands.
Well, and so did the president. The president had investments in the Cayman Islands. Now, this is a normal structure for investing in private equity and venture capitalists. And by the way, people pay full U.S. taxes, whether they have that vehicle or not. But look, the president's campaign was not one of laying out fairness. They tried to attack me and demonize me. That's the nature of a campaign. They couldn't talk about the president's record on the economy, and so they went after me personally, and they did it effectively.
What do you think of the 8 Republican governors, including people like Chris Christie and John Kasich, who opposed Obamacare but have now decided to accept federal funding to expand Medicaid in their states? Are they making a mistake?
I think each governor has to assess what's right for his or her respective state. And I'm not going to second guess them state by state. If I were governor of Massachusetts, I'd have to look at what our citizens needed, what was best for them. And it may hurt them politically, I don't know. But I think that those governors are doing what they think is right for the people of their state. And that's what they were elected to do.
More than 80 Republican leaders, including some of your former top advisors and donors, have now signed a legal brief calling for a constitutional right to marriage for same-sex couples when the issue comes up before the Supreme Court. Has your position on that evolved at all?
No. I believe that marriage is a relationship between a man and a woman. And that's because I believe the ideal setting for raising a child is where there's a mother and a father in the home. Other people have differing views, and I respect that, whether that's in my party or in the Democratic Party. But these are very personal matters. My hope is that when we discuss things of this nature, we show respect for people who have differing views.